Today, we need to talk about a major development affecting over 42 million Americans who currently rely on SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, as sweeping new changes under the Trump administration are poised to reshape how this crucial lifeline works, who qualifies for it, and how it's managed, with serious implications for both the people receiving benefits and the state governments helping administer them. While the federal government primarily funds SNAP, the Trump administration has signed an executive order aimed at cracking down on what they call waste, fraud, and abuse, and it's about to trigger a tidal wave of oversight, starting with a demand that every state now hand over detailed, unfiltered SNAP data to the federal level, including names, social security numbers, addresses, how long benefits have been received, and exactly how much was issued to each household. This shift is part of a broader effort to merge fragmented data systems across agencies so the government can detect fraud patterns, double dipping, or payments made to ineligible recipients. And the move is raising serious privacy and administrative concerns among state leaders and advocates alike. According to the USDA, this new policy will allow federal teams to dig into records to determine if people who were working full-time or earning too much were improperly getting food benefits, or whether errors in state systems have caused waste on a massive scale. But that's not the only change on the horizon. Congress, particularly House Republicans, are now exploring another major shake-up, shifting 10% to 25% of the SNAP program's cost burden to individual states. This means if you're in a high-cost state with a tight budget, your local government could soon be forced to pay significantly more for SNAP, or cut back on how many people they can afford to help, potentially leading to stricter eligibility rules, fewer benefits, or longer wait times. Supporters of the proposal argue that since states already help fund programs like Medicaid, SNAP should work similarly, especially if they want a say in how it's run. Critics, however, warn that this sudden shift would devastate poorer states already struggling with tight budgets, and possibly lead to more people going hungry or dropping off the system. Some lawmakers like Representative Van Orden are pushing back, suggesting that instead of flat cost-sharing increases, we tie a state's SNAP funding responsibility to its error rate, so that states with higher rates of fraud or overpayment pay more into the system. That idea is gaining traction because some states, like Wisconsin, have error rates as low as 4.7%, while others, like South Carolina, are above 20%, meaning significant inefficiencies that cost taxpayers billions each year. Meanwhile, the House Agriculture Committee, under pressure to trim $230 billion over the next decade, is eyeing SNAP reforms as a major piece of its strategy. Roughly $150 billion of that bill may be achieved through better fraud detection and work requirement enforcement, but the final $80 billion will likely come from more aggressive and controversial overhauls like cost-sharing or restructuring the program entirely. The Trump administration says this is about accountability, protecting taxpayer money, and ensuring the truly needy get help, not those gaming the system, but critics worry it's also a way to quietly shrink the safety net and reduce federal responsibility under the guise of efficiency. So, what does this mean for you? If you currently receive SNAP, expect more scrutiny of your financial and employment records, more oversight from both federal and state governments, and possibly even new limitations on what you can purchase, as some Republican lawmakers want to ban SNAP use for soda, candy, and processed foods. On the state level, if the cost-sharing plan moves forward, benefits may soon vary more drastically from state to state depending on their budgets and priorities. While SNAP isn't going away anytime soon, it's far too critical and politically sensitive. The way it works, the ease of access, and the certainty of benefit amounts could all be in flux in the coming months. As this debate intensifies and new rules roll out, one thing is clear: the fight over SNAP isn't just about food, it's about federal power, state responsibility, budget politics, and the soul of the American social safety net. We'll keep monitoring this story closely and updating you every step of the way because changes like this impact real lives, real families, and the security of millions who depend on support during tough times. Stay tuned and stay informed.